Hey there, pin enthusiasts. Today we're looking at a few pins that I probably should have looked at some time ago, and that'll be these Pilot Varsity pins here. And the reason for that is these are pins that are very frequently recommended to beginners because of their relatively low cost and their ease of use. So I picked these up on Amazon as a little 3-pack here that comes with a purple pin, a blue, and a black. So these will be pre-filled with ink. The entire pin itself is going to be made of plastic. The body, the cap, and even the clip here is plastic. It's a snap fit design. And these came with a medium nib, unlike some of the other recommendations that are quite often thrown out for beginners, like the Lamy Safari and the Pilot Metropolitan. Those are going to cost quite a bit more in comparison and will have a little bit of an extra step where you have to install a cartridge or use a cartridge converter to use bottled ink, where these come pre-filled, so that's just one less step for a beginner to worry about. But the downside to that is going to be when these run out of ink, they are disposable and you would throw the pen away and get another one. Or you can go through kind of a hacky solution to refill the pen yourself by pulling out the nib and feed and refilling the body of the pen with ink. And that's definitely something you could do, but for beginners, probably not something you'd be looking forward to. So let's do a quick writing sample with each one of these. I'll start out here with the one filled with purple ink. And all three of these here wrote quite similarly. They're not the smoothest by any means, but they definitely write very consistently. They don't seem to have the wettest ink flow, but aren't the driest I've seen either. So it's one of those things where it would be a perfectly average way to start out. Nothing that would blow your mind, but compared to a rollerball or ballpoint pen, it's definitely a different experience. And what this gives over something like the Lamy Safari is a way to try it out for much less in the initial investment and significantly less as far as how much you have to do to get it started. These are ready to go right out of the box. You peel open the package, pop the cap off, and they'll write first time. Whereas something like the Lamy Safari, you're going to have to pop that cartridge in, and especially for someone that doesn't know that you need to allow ink to flow and saturate the feed, that can be frustrating for first-time users. So I can see how this would be a kind of grab-and-go option for people to try out fountain pens. And price-wise, what these would compete with most, rather than something like the Lamy Safari or Pilot Metropolitan, would actually be the Platinum Preppy. All of those would end up being a few dollars per pen. This 3-pack here ended up being, about $3 a pen, give or take. And you can pick up Platinum Preppies, depending on where you go, for not much more than that, with a couple cartridges included. And at least compared to the Platinum Preppy that I have, I feel that these give a more representative experience compared to other fountain pens. The Preppy definitely has a very specific feel to its nib. It's very stiff, even for a steel nib. Whereas these feel much more similar to other pens I've used. And while this is the first Pilot fountain pen I've used quite a few others, and feel at least this is a better representation. So if you want a fountain pen that you can just toss in a bag and have with you wherever you go, and not have to worry about losing your favorite pen, these would make a great option for that, or people beginning. So check out the affiliate links in the description below. And if you've made it to the end of the video, I would appreciate it if you watched some more if you feel like it. So check out the linked videos.